My name is Jarek Robbins. I'm with the lovely Amanda Robbins. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for being here. I'm here with my
Welcome.
amazing, brilliant husband. I'm so grateful. What was that look?
Today, we're talking about what we went through with our Core 4 challenge. And in Performance Coach University, we talk about coaching tools in both self-coaching and how you apply it to yourself. We also talk about coaching others, how to guide other people through using this tool in their life. A really beautiful testimonial was actually, I have someone I was practicing a coaching session with earlier today, and he said something that was so awesome. He said, I'm trying to figure out how much should I allow coaching tools to seep in to my everyday life and living. And I said, what do you mean? And he says, I realize as I'm taking this course and as I'm learning these tools, they're changing the way that I go about my life. They're transforming the way that I even think or communicate with the people around me. And he said, I'm deciding how much of that I'm comfortable allowing to happen. That's how he started the call. By the end of the call, he says, you know what? I guess the truth is, I am transforming as a person. And I think I need to allow myself to really just lean into this transformation. And I said, do you think the transformation is good or bad or better or worse? And he says, I don't think those are the right words to put on it. I think the transformation is life happening. And my choice to either fight it or enjoy it is up to me. And he said, I guess I'm going to choose to enjoy it from now on. And it put a big smile on my face. And the realization of when you learn tools like this, when you learn a process like this, when you start to apply these frameworks or strategies to your life changes. It's a transformational experience, which brings us into a topic we were talking about yesterday in one of our group programs. The coaching tool we were using is this concept of style and approach in a relationship. And we talked about the difference between transformational, relational, or transactional, meaning there's three different ways someone could enter or behave in a relationship. They could be purely transactional. I'm here for that. I'm willing to do this. You do that. I'll do this. We're done. Don't want to know about you. Don't want to hear about you. Not interested in what's going on in your world. I'm not going to share what's going on in my world. I just want to get this done so I can get out of here. That's the deal. Other people, sure, they want to make the transaction happen, but they're more concerned about who you are, how you're feeling. They want to share and express how they're feeling, and they want to be seen and understood and appreciated. And ultimately, if push comes to shove, the relationship between you and them is more important than any part of the transaction. If you go up one more level, it's people who are committed to transformation. They're committed to evolving. They're committed to making progress. They're committed to becoming a better version of themselves. And they're committed to helping people around them transform, helping people around them grow and expand and experience more life. And so real quick, if you're watching live here while we're doing this, I'd love to know, how do you approach most, all of us have all three, but what is your go-to? What is the way you generally approach your day-to-day life? Is it all about transactional, meaning you don't want to hear all the fluff, just give me this, I'll give you that, we're done, let's get out of here? Are you more a transactional person? Are you more of a relational person? The relationship really matters. The community connection really matters. Or are you more of a transformational person? You're committed to always evolving, to always learning, to always growing. You're willing to go through the challenge of it to get to that other side and evolve into your next version. And you constantly challenge people around you to do the same. I'll start with my wife. What do you think you are?
I'm very relational, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Very, very, very relational. I strive to be transformational. And I think that there's one thing that really, and I want to add to that when I notice that I am slipping into a transactional thing, it's usually trying to get something done, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that
Yeah.
when we hear of these three levels, we think, oh, one is better than the other. Like, surely they all serve the question here is, where do you gravitate to? Where do you spend most of your time? What are most of your relationships? Are they transactional, relational, or transformational? I notice that when I am in a transactional kind of situation or conversation immediately and it's trying to get something done, I will step out and up and go, I'm so sorry. How are you? How are you doing? Because sometimes I can be super type A and I want to, get something done. I tend to move very fast. And there's luckily a trigger inside of me that kind of goes off and says, whoa, wait a second. How's this person doing? And it's hard sometimes when you're in a rush and there's a lot of moving pieces, even with you and I, with having a toddler running around. He's like, I want a snack, mom. And I'm like, how are you? So, but I still make a point to try to elevate to a more relational one. But I tend to gravitate in relational. And and from a relational point, I'm often seeking, how can I make this more transformational? And one thing that you said that I love so much is, and I think it could be easily like just missed if we don't repeat it, and it's worth repeating, which is, it starts with you. It starts with you. If you want to create a transformational relationship, you have to do the work on yourself first, right? Transformation, in essence, is changing someone, right? And here's an example. We were listening to a coaching conversation. We were reviewing it together just over the last week. And we're listening to this entrepreneur talk about how he wanted his team to listen to him. What do I need to do? Give me some strategies. My team's not listening. And it was so obvious that he thought the problem was them. He wanted to change them. So he did want to create a transformation, right? Even though he was being somewhat transactional, he wanted to create transformation. The trouble is, he thought the person that had to change to create that change that he wanted was the other person, instead of focusing on himself. And I think that that's what a lot of people miss when it comes to transformational relationships, is that transformation starts with you. And so when you start to do the work on yourself, you start to coach yourself or be coached by a coach, you start to evolve and grow. Naturally, the relationships around you will have that. Some may wither away because they're just not there growing with you. But a lot of that I see and that I've experienced personally and with our coaching clients as well, is that when they evolve and they transform, the people around them also transform. And that's really beautiful. And that does create a transformational relationship, not just for the person that you're in contact with, but obviously for you too, which is so rewarding.
Yeah, there's a couple pieces to this. One, the transformation of something or someone wanting to change always starts with you. There's a piece that you have to own that. There's so often in life where we look outside and we say, well, clearly if they would listen to me, that would fix this. Or clearly if they would just understand what I know, then that would fix it. Or clearly if they behaved like I behaved, then that would fix it. And the God honest truth is, we can't change other people.
Yeah.
We have to learn how to love and appreciate other people for who they are. And that's hard to swallow. And I realize people go through a lot in life. You're like, no, hell no. I'm going to create boundaries. There's no way I'm standing next to that person. Like, I'm going to eradicate them from my life. I'm going to move away from them. I'm going to go do the work. I'm going to go surround myself with other people who are also doing the work so we can all, do the work together and not have to deal with those other humans who aren't willing to do the work. The truth is, the ultimate work is standing next to the people that you disagree with, that you don't get along with, that you don't align with, that totally piss each other off, but doing the work on yourself so much that the change starts to happen. When you change any part of an ecosystem, the ecosystem changes.
Yes.
And so going back to the phrase, as simple as it is, be the change you want to see in the world. When you start listening to them more, all of a sudden you'll notice a different version of them comes to life.
Yeah.
When you start loving them, even when they're not being a loving person, all of a sudden a different version of them comes to life. When you start caring about them, even when they're not a caring person, you'll be amazed that a different part of them comes to life. Now, here's the truth. That new part of them might not come to life with everyone else, but that new part of them will come to life with you because you changed. You brought transformation to the relationship. Therefore, it will change the relationship you have with them. But it starts with you owning it. I had a friend who posted a quote the other day. He said, when something goes wrong, I don't blame it on anybody else, because if I did, I'd give them power to control my life. And I don't give anyone the fucking power to control my life. And I went, whoa, excuse the language, but I love that. I love that. He goes, when something goes wrong, I don't blame it on anybody, because I wouldn't give them the power to control my life. I find what I can control, and that's what I focus on, and that's where I do the work. And I was like, damn, I like this guy. But that's someone who's committed to transformation. They're not willing to blame any situation on anyone else. They're saying, hey, it's me. How did I create this? What part can I play? I might not be in control of all of it, but what part can I control, and what part will I take ownership for, and what part can I do? Where can I do my part to cause the transformation I desire? But today we were talking about who you surround yourself with is who you become. And so the question of what type of people do you tend to surround yourself with? Do you surround yourself with transactional people? Do you surround yourself with transformational people? Do you surround yourself with relational people? People who care about the relationship more than anything else? And just so you know, there's certain patterns. The relationship people will make the relationship be more important than the outcome. So you might not get the outcome, but you'll really love each other in the process. You'll really care for each other. That's okay if it didn't happen, but like, we're still together. It's still working. So just know the benefit of that is you'll have this amazing human or humans who deeply care about the relationship more than anything else. If you go to transformation, I always asked, and I asked this yesterday in our group, is transformation always easy? No. Is it always fun? No. Do you always like people who are helping you transform? No. And I had a friend who texted me the other day, and they were in the ice plunge, and I saw that they were only halfway in, and I said, hey, if you're not down to your shoulders, it doesn't count. And this person texts back, I don't like you very much. I said, great. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to get results. Get down to your neck or it doesn't count. That's transformation. I'm more committed to the result. I don't care if you like me. I care if you get what you're after. I care if you get to the outcome you came for. And so you got to realize, if you surround yourself, people say, I want to surround myself with these transformational people. Well, they're going to challenge you. They're going to champion you. They're going to support you. They're going to push you. They're going to have your back. They're going to pull you. They're going to see more in you than you see in yourself. It is not going to be comfortable all the time. It's not going to be fun or easy, but God, your life will transform in beautiful ways. Or some people are like, I don't want that. That sounds, no thanks. Life is hard enough. I just want relational people. I just want people who care about me regardless of what my results look like, regardless of what happens, regardless if I do what I want to do or not, regardless if I've said I'm going to do something 1,000 times and I never follow through. Just care, just love me. Life will figure itself out. Third group doesn't care about any of that stuff. They're like, give me what I want. I'll give you what you want. We're done. Leave it alone. Don't talk to me. I'm going to go do my thing. And so the question is, how might your life change? How might your life improve? How might you experience more happiness or joy or whatever you're after if you purposefully started surrounding yourself with a different type of people? If you said, hey, I've always been around relational people, I'm going to find 5 friends who are committed to transformation. I wonder what might happen in my life. Or you know what? I'm so about transformation. I'm always challenging everyone. I'm always pushing everyone. I'm always trying to get the most out of everybody. I'm going to go find some friends who deeply care about the relationship more than anything, so I can just feel love and I can just love the hell out of them for who they are. What might happen? What might happen if you choose to surround yourself with a new pod of people? You don't have to get rid of the old ones, but just add a new 5. See what happens. That's the opportunity. That's what we want to throw out there for you today. Anyways, we have if you're in the transformation, you want a transformational tribe, people who will challenge you, push you, want to see you elevate, want to see you grow. It's not always comfortable, but my God, you will get a lot out of it. We have a group, a cohort starting on Monday, the 5th, for Performance Coach University, at people who are learning these tools, both number one, to self-coach themselves and get that transformation in their own life, and then two, to help lead other people through the process of transformation. If you're interested in that, just go to, actually, you can just write a message under this video. You can leave a comment that says, send me the info, or you can go to performancecoachuniversity.com/apply, and you can apply to join our cohort. Anyways, we have a live session. Amanda has to go teach. Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you all. Thank you.